Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon to all, and welcome all the participants and attendees who have spare time to join this pre-PhD Viva, pre-submission Viva. Very soon, the principal of our college is joining. We are waiting for him to join us, and as soon as he joins, we formally start the meeting. Okay, we are going to formally. This is a uh, pre-submission PhD Viva, pre-PhD Viva as we call it in English literature. And the name of the candidate is daughter of Professor V.K. Jain. With us today we have principal of the college who is patron for us in this particular Viva. And with us we have Dr. Usha Jain, who is Chairman Board of Studies of English and Professor GACC, Professor and Head GACC College, Indore.
Thank you, Ashok,
We
sir,
have
for inviting me.
today, thanks Usha for joining. And we have with us
Thank you.
two subject experts appointed specifically for this pre-submission Viva. Two of my friends and colleagues in the department, Dr. Manisha Pandey, Professor of English, Mata Jijabai Government Girls PG College, Indore, and Dr. Garima Chabra, Associate Professor of English, Mata Jijabai Government Girls PG College, Indore. And we have observer today, Dr. Preeti Bhatt from New Science College, Indore. And Vinita Solanki is also observer, Associate Professor of English from Mata Jijabai Government Girls College, Indore. So we have two observers, two subject experts, under the patronage of our principal, Dr. Anis Siddiqui, sir. I welcome you, sir, and we need your kind permission to inaugurate this speak a few words and to follow.
Great pleasure to this college and Department of English and all member of the staff of the English. That's you at least invited me to say a few words. Wishes, especially Shreya Jain. Shreya Jain is, of course, new to me, but his mother and father are very close to me, and they were colleague of my SN College and Girls College. So it's my personal pleasure to join this meeting. I would not like to waste any further, and I will request you to please carry on this phenomena. My best wishes with you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm especially thankful to Dr. Anis Siddiqui, sir, who is a principal and patron in this Viva, to have spared such valuable time. I know the duties of a principal of such a big college, autonomous college and lead college of Indore, with various responsibilities and duties. And he could pluck up some time, spare some time to shower his blessings on the candidate and be with us on this platform today. We'll be pleased to have Siddiqui sir with us through the entire session, but I understand his limitations and other duties that are going side by side. We have open book examination, and this center is the collection center for all the 115 centers in the district. So I understand his responsibility. However, we'll be lucky to have him with us throughout the entire session. Sir, my gratitude and my apologies for the short notice. And you agreed, sir, with my simple, short, brief notice yesterday. You granted permission. And this was decided all of a sudden because we know that from Monday onwards, we are all going to be stuck. So the candidate will get stuck in this pre-PhD Viva so that she has to proceed ahead and submit her.
Please, without any formalities, please
So,
proceed on.
sir,
My
for your
best wishes
presence,
to
kind
you and to
presence, sir.
candidates.
Thank you, sir. And I
Thank
invite
you.
Board
Thank
of
you.
Studies Chairman Dr. Usha Jain to come forward to be here on the stage and speak a few words.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sajdeva, for inviting me for the pre-PhD Viva Voce of Shreya Jain. I'm sure that I've seen the work. I approved the synopsis of Shreya, and I could make it out that it's going to be a great work, very good work. And she has probably compared the Jain philosophy with the philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi, and I think that's amazing. This is what is the need of today. The world is becoming so violent, and so much of corruption is there, so many things, pandemic is happening there. So I think Shreya's thesis is extremely relevant at this point of time. And I'm sure she must have done a great work. And I would definitely like to see it whenever we meet in person. And I congratulate to you, Dr. Sajdeva, for motivating her, for inspiring her to carry on with such a relevant and such a wonderful work, which is a need of an hour. And I'm sure Shreya will do very well. So all the good wishes to Shreya for her future, and congratulations to you, Dr. Sajdeva, for such a wonderful work which you have undertaken. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Usha Jain, for sparing some valuable time.
Dr. Sajdeva, I would like to take your permission to leave in between because there are some exigencies, some very urgent work which I have to take care of. So please do permit me, but I'll be joining you again after some time. But I would like to see Shreya
Yes, we'll be pleased to have you with us.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Sajdeva.
We'll send you the recordings, madam, but we want you to join us in the end, before the end. Before the session finishes, we will request you to join us once again.
Yes. I would love to do that. Thank you so much, Dr. Sajdeva. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Usha Jain. And now with the permission of the principal and the chairman board of studies, in the presence of two subject experts and two observers, I have to bring this to your kind notice that this Zoom has a limitation of 40 minutes. So after 40 minutes, it may be possible that the Zoom may stop, but we will rejoin within a minute. So in case there is a break in the session, please bear with us because I think already the 15 minutes have elapsed. I will request Shreya Jain, the candidate, to go ahead and make her presentation. But even if the Zoom, we are logged out of the Zoom, please rejoin Zoom at the same link. So under the two experts, Dr. Manisha Pandey, Dr. Garima Chabda, and two observers, Dr. Preeti Bhatt and Dr. Vinita Solanki, I ask Shreya Jain to continue her presentation, to start her presentation. Shreya, over to Shreya.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Principal, sir, Dr. Anish Siddiqui, my supervisor, Dr. Ashok Sachdeva, sir, Chairperson of Board of Studies, Dr. Usha Jain, ma'am, experts, Dr. Manisha Pandey and Dr. Garima Chhabra, observer, Dr. Preeti Bhatt, and other professors and scholars who have joined this pre-PhD presentation. At the very outset, I want to share that I selected this topic when I was doing MA from Sagar University. The department organized a national seminar, so where I presented a paper on influence of Jain aesthetic values in English writings of M.K. Gandhi. Later on, it was published in UGC approved journal. It gave me an idea to do a full-length study on this topic, which was approved by my guide and finally by RDC. So the title of my thesis is Jain Ethics in English Writings of M.K. Gandhi. Let me share this. Yeah. In introductory chapter, we have discussed the important issues of the research. M.K. Gandhi began his career as a lawyer and ended his journey as a Mahatma. His role as a lawyer or political activist or Mahatma did not allow him to adopt the profession of writer wholeheartedly. His maximum writing work was done in jail. He wrote and articulated so much that it took 100 volumes to consolidate his writings and speeches. The Jainism consists of three jams: right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct, which lead to the path of purity and peace. While he was going to England, he took the oath for his parents. His mother consulted Bachaji Swami, a Jain monk, who said that Gandhi should take a solemn vow in front of his mother and then he can be allowed to go. Gandhi's repute as a thinker depends upon his adherence to a strict code of conduct, which he inherited from his mother and his family advisor, Srimad Rajchandra, who was a scholar of Jainism. So, Jain ethics is discussed in second chapter, and it was Jain ethics that changed Gandhi's way of life. Gandhi's English writings and speeches gives the realization that Gandhi loved and lived for the basic principles of Jainism, that is truth, non-violence, non-stealing, renunciation, and celibacy. In Young India, Gandhi defines the principle of non-violence in the wider perspective and writes, Ahimsa is not merely a negative state of harmlessness, but a positive state of love, of doing well even to the evildoer. So, according to Jainism, violence enters first in thought, it then manifests itself in speech and then in deeds. That is why he said that war is born in the minds of men. Gandhi believed that ahimsa is next to love. It is mightier than any weapon. It is a living force of power. The second principle of Jainism is truth, which is a relative term for ordinary man, but for Gandhi, it is an absolute that stands for God. Truth is God, nothing else, nothing. Everything else is illusion. Satyamev Jayate was the slogan of Gandhi. The third principle of Jainism is asteya, that is non-stealing. So possessing more than one's need is stealing. In Bapu Ke Ashirwad, Gandhi comments, non-stealing does not mean merely not to steal. To keep or take anything which one does not need is also stealing. The fourth principle, non-possession, means that we should not hoard anything that we do not need today. Possessions multiply problems of individuals. As he says in Mahatma, the less you possess, the less you want, the better you are. Regarding the fifth principle, brahmacharya or celibacy, the Jainism says that control only over sexual instincts is not celibacy. In Bapu's letters to Meera, Gandhi writes, brahmacharya means control of all the organs of sense. So Jainism speaks about Anekanvad and Syadvad, which Gandhi mentioned in his journal Young India, which means reality cannot be the one and ultimate. It can have multi-dimensional form. So what is reality for one individual may not be the reality for others. Jainism believes upon Sanlekhna. In Jainism, dying is as much an art as living. In the old age and disease, where there is no remedy, a God-fearing Jain peacefully relinquishes his body. Sanlekhna is dying bravely. Religiously, it is a detached death. In Jainism, Shamavani is a function of forgiveness. On this sacred day, every member of Jain community approaches his friends, relatives, and begs pardon to them for all mistakes committed either knowingly or unknowingly. Forgiveness shows the path of live and let live to all human beings. In third chapter, we have discussed the Jain ethics that made Mohan a Mahatma. After scrutiny of his English writings and speeches, it is realized that Gandhi loved and lived for the basic principles of Jainism. His entire autobiography seems to be devoted to the principles of non-violence. His own suffering in South Africa made him a strict Jain. He offered selfless service to others, practiced celibacy, fasting, and simple vegetarian and teetotaler diet. Jainism advocates the use of Indian-made goods, which was promoted by Gandhi in the form of Swadeshi movement and which has become a slogan of our government in the form of vocal for local or make in India. Jainism also speaks for the removal of untouchability. Mahavira says that man is not born with a particular caste. The classification could only be based on his karma and not by his birth. In all the English writings of M.K. Gandhi, we find the influence of Jain moral values. Gandhi was a creative writer. He is a significant figure of Indian writing in English. Gandhi started writing at the age of 90, but he was neglected because at that time his worth as a writer was not acknowledged. So his writing received a highest approval 30 years later. His writings were published in the form of books, articles, speeches, letters, or reports of his interviews, mainly published in periodicals and booklet. In his teenage, a booklet, London Guide, was his first attempt in the field of writing, which he has written for Indian students in England. It contained informative details about London. After its success, Gandhi came out with two more pamphlets, An Appeal to Every Briton, which describes the state of natal Indians, and the Indian franchisee, which is a history of Indian franchisee in Natal. Later on, in South Africa, Gandhi started periodicals as Indian Opinion and Harijan. Harijan was published in English, Harijan Sevak in Hindi, and Harijan Bandhu in Gujarati. So Gandhi's maximum writing work was done during his journey period or in jail. He completed the Green Pamphlet in ship while he was returning home from England in 1896. So other literary achievement of Gandhi is his autobiography and Satyagraha, which contains the details of his struggle in South Africa. His autobiography was a sort of confessions. Originally, it was written in simple Gujarati language for the common people. Its English translation, The Story of My Experiments with Truth, is considered as a fine piece of literature. Gandhi had a passion for letter writing. Since Gandhi had to respond some 50 to 150 letters a day with his reed pen, he was least bothered about his handwriting. He has written more than 1 lakh letters throughout his life. He used to reply everybody, whether young or old, the rich or poor, man or woman, and even to children. Gandhi's writings are a sort of golden legacy, which will last forever. Gandhi once said that writing should be cremated with my body, and all his writings relishes truth and high moral values to Indian mass. In all his movements, he followed the Jain principles of truth and non-violence, which he named as Satyagraha. Satyagraha is a truth force. It is not only a passive resistance, but active non-doing of something in response to unjust activities of government. The path of spiritual purification as practiced by Jain householder is called Moksha, which is similar to Satyagraha. Jain Tirthankar Mahavir applied Satyagraha first on himself for his spiritual benefication. He renounced the worldly comforts, faced his internal foes, and attained the Jin state. He observed fast for 5 months and 25 days and got success in liberating a lady from slavery. His non-cooperation movement was joint endeavor in non-violence, Swadeshi, truth, discipline, and self-control. In the entire struggle, Gandhi observed a series of fasts for self-purification, as well as for appealing the followers to stop their violent acts. Thank you.
Means your presentation is over. Now I invite questions from the participants. The session is open now, open to all. So those who want to put forward their questions, they are welcome. I would request even subject experts to ask questions and the participants. The session is open for question answer session. Any questions from the participants? I can see 36 participants here present. Yes, subject experts. I request the experts to ask questions.
I would like to speak because this was a very enlightening topic. The name of a candidate is.
Yeah, I give you my mic.
I will see. Shall I start? Well,
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
hello. Yes. I'll continue. So maybe because you are a Jan, you are attracted towards this topic. And Mahatma Gandhi, I think he was not by birth Jain, but he was by spirit Jain, and he adopted all the doctrines, ideals, and principles of Jainism. He borrowed Jainism ideology and applied it in daily life and politics. And I think his philosophies and principles are very relevant in today's time, when there is violence prevailing all over the world. His message of non-violence and ahimsa holds a great value. And his English works, it has an immense contribution, and the need of the time is to evaluate him, assess him, and apply his principles of Jainism in our day-to-day life and also politics like him. And I think he holds a very significant position. Mainly his Satyagraha movement, which was based on this non-violence principle, and it was a sort of spiritual purification also. I think the topic Jain ethics in English writings has almost become a way of life. Main principle which appealed us is the principle of renunciation. Renunciation means all kind of renunciation we see in Gandhiji's life, like materialistic renunciation of all kind of possessions. He followed the Jainism principle of non-stealing, which means which literally doesn't mean stealing. It means not acquiring more than required, because it multiplies the need and greed of man. So not having more possessions. It's like a minimalistic philosophy which is prevalent nowadays, and means renunciation regarding materialism, possessions, and even physical desires, because he followed the celibacy. Then greed, putting an end to our greed, because there is no end to greed. And his main principle, to live and let live, is holds very much value in today's life. And main thing is that he gave selfless service to mankind. And even see, so many of his concepts and ideologies can be applied in today's life, like Make in India, which stresses on Indian made goods and boycotting the foreign goods and promoting the local labor. So on the whole, I have found that Shreya Jain's topic was very much relevant. And I found that the principles and ideologies and doctrines of Mahatma Gandhi can very well be applied in today's time, and it will lead to the development of our country also, and it will guide a way people to adopt this kind of lifestyle also. Then very minor thing I would like that he adopted the principle in jail of this habit in jail of eating before sunset, 6 o'clock, which is very much Jains take their food before sunset. And scientifically speaking also that it helps in your healthy lifestyle and digestive system. And it is now being followed by so many people that they finish their meals before 6 to 7 o'clock. Very nice presentation, Shreya, and congratulations. You have amply covered the topic, and I'm very happy with your presentation.
Now I request Dr. Siddhika Vijay, our expert,
Unmute कर दो तुम्हारा.
to enlighten us with her expert remarks.
A very good afternoon to Dr. Ashok Sachdeva, Dr. Usha Jain, Siddiqui sir, my colleagues, and all the research scholars. Shreya, first of all, I must congratulate you on this wonderful presentation. And the choice of the topic is really very balanced and logical, and it's very relevant in this contemporary world, which is full of violence and materialism. The topic Jain ethics in English writings of Mahatma Gandhi. You very well proceeded with the introductory part where you researched about the origin of Mahatma Gandhi's childhood, where his mother followed the Baharji Swami. Then you talked about the Jain ethics of truth, non-violence, non-stealing, renunciation, and celibacy. Very, I mean, in English writings, you mentioned where did he all write his books like My Experiments with Truth. And then in journals also he was writing Harijan India, which was published in Hindi and Gujarati. And then you talked about the Anektavad, Salekhna and Shamavani. So Anektavad, it is so relevant. Jainism, Mahatma Gandhi and Indian culture, Indian society, everywhere, you know, this diversity in unity is there. And we can stand as a nation when we neglect the feuds based on linguistic diversity, caste diversities. So that principle of Anektavad. And then Salekhna. Salekhna is an important ritual, and Mahatma Gandhi also, you know, he followed the principle. And what he said about this thing, that you cannot take which you cannot make. This line is very catching. I like this line, Shreya. You cannot make what you cannot take what you cannot make. And he was there with the minimum of things. And all the problems in today's world arrive because we are into hoarding. We want to hoard as much as is possible. And this hoarding gives rise to corruption, crime, and all those things. So this topic, you know, it will enlighten definitely the students to think on different lines. And then Shamavani, forgiveness, of course, is a jewel. And then Mahatma Gandhi, of course, was influenced by Jainism. Then he has written his views related to Gita also. Shreya, you yourself are Jain, so you know all the Jain philosophy. And then education, you also actually trace the similarity between Jainism and Gandhi's views on education. You talked about Namokar Mantra. And one thing that Shreya, I would like to ask you after this thing is over, speeches, that one question, that how will you differentiate between dharma and religion? Shreya?
And religion. Ma'am, I think both are, ma'am, dharma means, I think both are same, but
Thank you,
religion is
Shreya. Yeah.
based on the karma of a person, maybe. It is based on the behavior of a person.
Religion, you said?
Um, yes, ma'am.
This question may be asked, so I'm asking round. You're in your final viva OC.
Yeah.
Actually, dharma is, what you think is righteousness. You know? What is right, moral. You know? And religion means what you follow. How do you follow? Religiously follow, I mean, the ritual or the methods or the teachings. Like in religion, in Jain religion, you talk about समस्त दुखों का कारण इच्छा है. All those things. तो इच्छाओं का शमन करना है, इंद्रियों पर विजय पाना. So all those followings, that is the religion. I'm telling you it in very short. You can further, research on this thing. And Shreya, what do you think is your original, outcome? What are your, original findings of your work?
Findings of ma'am means how it can be beneficial for the society.
Yeah, beneficial for the society, or what's new? What new you could evolve?
So, by applying the principle of Jainism, Gandhi got success in improving the condition of deprived society. The principle of Gandhi was proved helpful for the entire humanity. So, present study on English writings of M.K. Gandhi will be beneficial for the society if it will be published in the form of book. And Gandhi advocated the vocational education throughout his life. And according to him, education should be given in our mother tongue that can be understood by the large number of people. So the present education policy is also speaks of the vocational education and teaching in vernacular language to reach the large audience. So we are adopting this concern.
Good, Shreya, because linguistic part is, I think, is our weak point, because mother tongue education in mother tongue is very important, and I think Gandhiji was ahead of his time when he talked of Swaraj, when he talked of Gramoday, or when he talked of local industries. So I think your research work and this should enlighten the students further to go into the villages, development of the villages, and the development of a kutir udyog, and the development of our mother tongue. So congratulations, Shreya, for the wonderful presentation.
Thank you, Pandey.
Thank you, Dr. Manisha Pandey, madam. Thanks, Dr. Garima Chawla, madam. Now we have two observers here, Dr. Preeti and Dr. Vinita Saru. I invite both of them. I invite Preeti to speak a few words and her observation remarks. Dr. Preeti Bhatt.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Being an observer for today's session, I would like to add few things regarding to the topic. Gandhiji, whom we all revere as the father of nation, was Jain in spirit, ideas, and philosophy. Gandhiji always advocated Jain philosophy of ahimsa and aparigraha. Among Jains, one of the greatest virtues is to show compassion and kindness to fellow living beings. The clear rule for Jain monks is that all possible care must be taken not to harm any living being while walking, speaking, or performing any excretory acts. So, to the Jains, ahimsa is the supreme religion. Gandhiji's non-violence does not admit of running away from danger. He was of the opinion that we should always make out some solutions. According to Gandhiji, ahimsa and truth are so intertwined that it is practically impossible to separate them. They are the two sides of the same coin. It was his unshakable belief that India's destiny is to deliver the message of non-violence to the mankind. So I would just like to congratulate Shreya Jain for working on this very relevant topic and also for her satisfactory presentation. I also thank Dr. Sachdeva sir for such a wonderful work, guiding wonderful work, and also thank him for making me a part of this Viva. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Preeti Bhatt, madam. Actually, pre-submission is a platform where you get the feedback, the observations and suggestions so that you can finally incorporate them into your final submission of the thesis. So that's why the importance of pre-PhD Viva is there. And that is why it has been envisaged by the university that submission, a Viva should be conducted. So this is the sole purpose, that you get feedback, your suggestions, valuable remarks, academic inputs, which you can, of course, amend your work, do the corrections, final revisions before you finally submit your work. I invite Vinita to say a few.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please, we need your
Sir,
remarks.
very sorry. I'm very busy with something. And
Yeah.
I would like to congratulate the student. And the topic is really relevant to today's crisis, whatever they are going on. And I'm thankful to you. But as I was not pre-informed, so I was not well prepared for everything. And I'm busy with some criteria work. So please, you continue.
Thank you so
Sir,
much,
I
Dr.
would like
Vinita.
to
Actually, this pre-PhD Viva has been submission have been arranged on a very short notice, within a notice of, it was decided last evening. So with the permission of the principal, because of the uncertainty in the future, the candidate will be free to submit her work. And Pandey would like to speak a few words.
Well, I want to congratulate Dr. Ashok Sachdeva for this wonderful work. And we are proud to have him among us as a senior faculty because so many PhDs, I don't even remember the exact number, have been awarded. And then even when he is not the supervisor of so many students, he helps them, guides them. So he's a devoted scholar, selfless person. And I'm so happy that yet another PhD is being submitted under his supervision. And he works so coolly. We have so many pressures in the college, open book exam and everything. But he manages everything very swiftly and smoothly. So congratulations, Dr. Sachdeva.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pandey, for your kind words and words of encouragement. This is part of our duty. We are discharging our duties by conduction of this pre-submission Viva as well as main Viva. And with this, I propose a vote of thanks. I'm thankful to the principal in charge, Dr. Ali Siddiqui and Dr. Usha Jain, Chairman Board of Studies, and our two subject experts, Dr. Manisha Pandey and Dr. Garima Chhabra, two observers, Dr. Preeti Bhatt and Dr. Vinita, and all the participants. But for all the participants who have joined here today, it would not have been possible to conduct this Viva. They are the participants who made this Viva successful, and those who are also pursuing their PhD. I can see many scholars here. They will be benefited by the Viva. They will come to know that how this pre-submission Viva is conducted and what is the procedure nowadays. And those who are doing their coursework also, there are many of them are present here. So it's the duty of a professor to involve all the students, all the researchers, PhD coursework students, research scholars, and those who are pursuing their PhD to attend such Vivas, as many as they can, so that they can themselves prepare well. And they should be mentally prepared that how they are going to conduct their own Vivas in future. So this is a a very essential activity for all of us. And with this, I express my deep sense of gratitude. Of course, on behalf of the candidate also, because she was the master of the ceremony today, in the sense that she had to make her presentation. And if you have at all any inputs, suggestions, feedback, criticism, appreciation, please do forward to Shreya Jain so that she can make final changes her in thesis. Whatever you feel about Mahatma Gandhi, about Jainism, about literature, about the various aspects in the presentation slides she exhibited here, you can give your valuable inputs to her directly so that she can incorporate all of them. With this, I would like to end this session, and thanks to all of you. As a PhD supervisor and her research supervisor, I feel highly privileged to have conducted this Viva, and very soon we want to see Shreya Jain coming in the final PhD Viva after her submission. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So I would like to thank Principal Sir
Yes, sir.
Dr. Anis Siddiqui, my supervisor Dr. Ashok Sachdeva sir. It was by his efforts this pre-PhD Viva was possible today. And thank you, sir, for your guidance and encouragement throughout this period. And I'm thankful to Dr. Manisha Pandey and Dr. Garima Chabra, who made the Viva graceful by their benign presence as a chairperson. Your suggestion will help me in improving the quality of my thesis, and I will incorporate your views in my thesis. I thank Dr. Usha Jain, ma'am, who attended the presentation as a chairperson of Board of Studies, and I thank Dr. Preeti Bhatt and other professors and research scholars, and my friend, my present encouraged and gave me a
So, session of all the participants. Thank you.